6:45 on the 7:45 on the 27th. We're calling Adult Protective Services hotline.
For quality assurance, your call will be recorded.
It will be
If this is a
recorded.
life-threatening emergency, please hang up and dial 911. For English, please press 1. Para servicios en español, oprima el número 2. Did you know that Southern California Gas... LJRB's hotline, my name is Martha. How can I help you?
Hi, Martha. Thank you very much. My name is Aaron Fanning. I'm autistic. Your intake has been very helpful to me. In March, I had to try and start. I was trying to help another tenant in my building, and then I had been advised by LAPD because I'm disabled, even though I'm only 42. I qualified. I tried to start one. Things went awkward. I managed to try to start another one. I believe it was Saturday or Sunday for myself, because it's been a long time. But I was calling because it is a dangerous situation, not life-threatening. I can't get LAPD to involved. I mean, I would love to, but it's not something they can respond to at the moment. But I did manage to go down to the county hospital to get some records. And I got records that prove that a year ago, what I've trying to report is that my case managers for my housing situation are actually my landlords, and they're not supposed to be. Like they're dual role employed, and so I got records of a hold that they tried to put me on last year when I got attacked.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I apologize.
Cool.
Are you needing me to do an adult protective services report? Is that what you wanted me to do?
Yes, ma'am. Because it says that the doctors knew that they even told my social workers a year ago that I didn't feel safe in my home and that I needed help reporting because they had tried to put me on a hold, but the hospital rejected it because there was no psych issue.
Okay, sir, I'm sorry to interrupt you again. Okay, so you're needing to do a report. I'm going to go ahead and get started. May I please get your zip code?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, ma'am. 90291.
Okay, thank you. Bear with me, sir, okay? Okay, so you're in the city of Venice. What is your first name?
First name is Aaron, A-R-E-N.
A-R-E-N, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Last name?
It's going to be Fanning, F as in Frank, A-N-N-I-N-G.
And your address?
It's 200 Lincoln Boulevard, number 14.
Okay. And that's Venice. Okay, thank you, sir. A telephone number for you?
It's going to be 323. My date of birth is going to be 02/26/1978.
Thank you so much. Bear with me, okay?
No problem. Appreciate you.
Sir, we do have some questions that I need to ask for reporting purposes only, if you don't mind.
Nope.
It may or may not apply to your situation. I still do need to ask these questions, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Did you report to the police?
Yeah, I have. This has been ongoing, but because it's social workers, it's very confusing. They don't understand that I'm abandoned.
Okay. So you called the police, and were they able to do anything about that?
This is not really, because they think that my landlords are my care providers. Things are very out of control here.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and continue continue with these questions that I need to ask.
For sure.
Do you live alone?
I do live in my apartment alone.
Okay. Currently, are you in a hospital?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a pet dog on your premises?
No, ma'am.
Any illegal drugs or any weapons on your premises?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Is there a specific person who you're naming, like the perpetrator?
Yeah, it's gonna be Becky Dennison.
Okay.
She's my landlord.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay. I'm spelling Dennison, Dennison.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I was like, is it NN or SS? I'm sorry, sir, but okay. And you said she's your landlord. And do you know how old she is?
She's in her 50s, early 50s.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I do have a second. I do have a second person if there's room for that.
Go ahead, sir, with that person's name.
I really apologize about this spelling. I didn't do this one. Mine's different enough, but this one's gonna be different. SUFIYAN. Last name is gonna be KAGZI.
The first name, is that F like friend?
I'm sorry, S like Sam. U.
S like Sam. Mm-hmm.
F like friend. I. Y like you. No, that's a bad way to do it. Y like the question.
No worries.
That would have been terrible, right? Y like you. What? A and then N is in Nancy.
Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so before we go on to finding out exactly what's going on, they're also asking questions about coronavirus, and these are about you, because this, Adult Protective Services, what's going to happen is they're going to send a social worker to see you.
Sounds perfect.
To investigate what's going on.
Of course.
So they're asking, sir, have you experienced any shortness of breath, any difficulty breathing, had a fever or a cough?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you live with someone? Have you been around someone, or have you yourself been tested positive for COVID-19?
No, ma'am. I haven't been tested. I maintain social distancing, and I try to do my best that we all can. I don't actually interact with anybody, to be honest. I stay inside my house. I don't engage with anybody. I don't have any social workers or acquaintances or nothing.
Okay. And then in the last 14 days, they asked if you've seen a doctor, a medical clinic, have been to a medical clinic or a hospital with coronavirus symptoms.
I've been to a hospital, but not with any symptoms for corona.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So if I understand what you were telling me, this is how I'm understanding what you're saying to me, okay? Is that you need assistance, and your social workers are not providing the assistance that you need. Am I right, or did I catch that wrong? No,
yeah, essentially it's that. But what's going on is in my program that I'm in, and the voucher program that I'm supposed to be on, there's supposed to be one agency that's my landlord, and then there's supposed to be another agency that has nothing to do with the landlord or any interest in the property. And their job is to make sure that we have our programs, but also to make sure that we're maintaining them, but also to make sure that we're in safe and habitable environments. My issue is what ends up happening is they're employed by the landlord, and so they have no interest in assuring that I'm safe. Like they've assured that I got an attack multiple times on this property because, well, they don't want to intervene.
Okay, so the housing that you have currently is through this program Okay, so the housing that you have currently, the program that you are in, put you here. However, the program itself is hired by the landlord.
No, not exactly. Very close. I apologize. So what it is for my voucher, for me to receive my voucher Section 8, it's a little bit more than a normal Section 8 voucher. It's called Continuum of Care Program, and that is they're supposed to be my care providers and all these other services and my critical case management, social worker, and all of that. They are supposed to be a different group from my landlord, but it happens that they're owned by the same people, so they don't report. And they know that I've been at threat and stuff for like a year. So they abandoned me a year ago, and I'm at risk. Like I need help getting I don't know how to explain it. I need to figure out I can't get I was abandoned a year ago. I guess that's the easiest way to describe it. I was abandoned and the housing authority hasn't been notified and I can't get any new workers.
Okay. So, thank you, sir. And I appreciate you,
Sorry.
going back and explaining it to me so that I understand it. No, it's okay. I appreciate you doing that. So bottom line, right, like you were saying, is that you have been abandoned by your Continuum of Care program.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And here where you're staying now, did you say you've been attacked, sir?
Oh yeah, no, I've been attacked repeatedly.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been attacked by one of them was by the same other tenant 2 times. I haven't had a bathroom door since September because I barricaded myself in my bathroom. The guy made it through my front door twice. Barricaded myself in the bathroom because I didn't want to try and fight with him the second time because I don't want to have to do that kind of stuff and I didn't want to get in trouble. And the first time I got attacked, they tried to put me on a hold. They got rejected by the hospital. That's the one I got the records today that proved that the hospital decided I had no mental issue and there was serious concerns, and that Sufyan, who I believed was my social worker from one agency, who ends up working for my landlord, he was advised by the hospital that I felt like my life was at threat and that I was in danger, and that my social worker was apparently going to help me get into a healthier environment. That was July 27th of last year. It's bad. But I got copies of the records to prove that today from the hospital.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so you're letting us know that you have been attacked repeatedly by another tenant. Becky, Denison, and Sufyan, they are the ones that are not providing the adequate
Exactly.
that they were hired to care for you, right?
Yes, ma'am. And they're the ones that yes, ma'am. They're the one that are keeping me at threat and at danger and not maintaining the program so that it's it's just dangerous as all get out because they're not trying to, they're making sure that nothing gets to any authority.
Okay. Okay, and so they're blocking information to authorities that may be able to assist you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's been told to me repeatedly that essentially that everybody recognizes something severely wrong because even the paperwork's really bad. But no one, basically everybody said that it's going to cost a lot of jobs because it's LA Can Network. That's who Becky Denison is. She's the founder of that. One of her business partners in this place is Carol Sobel, the lady that sued to make sure that homeless people can have mattresses in the street because that somehow helps us. It's bad. It's bad. So I've had disabled rights. I've had basically every agency in the county and the city acknowledge it and tell me that they're not going to do anything about it. It's pretty bad. No, I appreciate your help. You've been awesome. It's just that they're like the leading agency in all of this homeless solution that's no solution, and they're getting super fast track. They're already on the way to get another 300 units paid for by the city, essentially into private hands. And the thing is like, yeah, if there was any knowledge that something's wrong at their property, someone might think twice and like, let's try to get some accountability or oversight. And instead, Carol literally keeps suing for all these crazy rights that aren't helping anybody, and it's making the public more distressed and tired and doesn't even want to hear about us. And they're kind of throwing us behind closed doors. And we don't live in asylums. This is a Section 8 apartment. You know what I mean? And that's why what these programs are supposed to do is they're supposed to assure that, A, we're even living, like making sure that we comply and don't burden other people because we're being classified as needing these programs by being assessed to, which is huge amount of funding. And so at the same time, while we're supposed to have those programs, those people are supposed to be the independent people that are our advocates, make sure that we have safe and habitable environments. My place has been cited by HCIDLA, which is code enforcement, public health, and even HACLA's own code enforcement cited it in January as a life threat. This unit burned. The last person in it died in a arson, May of 2018. It was found to be an illegal unit then, but for some reason, I'm in an illegal unit that had burned once before. And it's one of Carol's properties. So those have been open since September of last year. The building's actually been supposed to be in case management since October of last year. And the case is still open. If you look it up on HCIDLA, it's supposedly a case management. In March, they sent the hearing letter. They never scheduled a hearing. So because we're disabled, everybody knows that they even advertised my building as only housing 13 formerly chronic homeless people, which is pretty disturbed because that's really not fair for me. It's not anybody else's business that I used to be homeless and you guys are getting paid your rent. It's not like you're doing anything. And so the community doesn't really want to deal with us, but like, yeah, everybody knows that we're disabled, don't have any family, so we get ignored.
No, I'm so sorry, sir. I really am.
No, I appreciate it.
And I'm sorry for interrupting you. Let me go ahead and report this to Adult Protector Services. And I think you told me at the beginning that you had made reports prior. So I just need to let you know that somebody's going to be making contact with you.
Appreciate it.
Within 1 to 10 days.
I
Okay?
super appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because here's the craziest thing about this unit that burned, right? Carol Sobel. No, I appreciate it. No. The only thing about it, so that Carol Sobel, what she did last year is they sued public health department to assure that all death records are destroyed within 1 year. The reason they did that, to try to hide that Alan died in this building. So that's how crazy these people are. So I do appreciate your help, and you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for your help and hearing me out.
You too, sir. Take care, and thank you for calling the Author of this hotline. I wish you a lot of good, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take care, okay?
Appreciate you.
Okay.